pussy. Why? Cause I been that bitch.
Hello and welcome back to the Clapback. So today we plan on discussing a topic that you guys sent in to us about post-grad life.
Yes.
So, we graduated and now we're out here in the world.
Mm-hmm.
And even though we're new to this still,
Very much so.
don't know how we're going to give advice on that. But maybe we can say a little something about what we did or are going through. Maybe you listeners can relate. Or
because I can't give anybody advice.
yeah, she
We
can just speak on
talk
her.
our situations or whatever.
Right. I feel like I could give a little bit of advice. There's a few things that I could give to someone who maybe they didn't think about that or put their mind into perspective.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh my gosh, Brittany is being extra.
Girl, it just sounds like she's throwing the groceries around.
The listeners do not hear.
I'm pretty sure they did.
At this point, y'all know how we are. We just vibe out and go with the flow, even though the numbers dwindled a little bit.
It did.
But we're still filling it out. Like we keep telling you guys, we're new.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a nice little motion going with the podcast and see what you guys like, what you guys respond to the most. Y'all love that first one, honey. Y'all love that. So.
Right. But the last one was way too long.
Yeah, we understand that too.
I guess that's why the numbers went down, because everybody saw that 2 hour and blah 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 minutes. I would have been like, I'm not listening to this.
Yeah, or I would have just skipped around because that's just how I am. I'm like, oh, I want to support, and maybe they will talk about something that I want to hear. Oh, you know what would be cool? What we could do?
What?
We could listen back to the 2 hour one and put in the comments, because that's what I see what some YouTubers do. They put in the comment and pin it, and they put the number markings. Like this topic at this time, this topic at this time. So you don't have to listen to the whole thing. You can just jump to the topic that you're interested in and go about your life and day. Now, SoundCloud people, I don't know how to help you, bruh.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we could do the same thing. Like, is there a comment section?
Yeah.
I haven't explored that.
There is a comment section.
So, yeah, put a comment there, too, and kind of direct.
Okay.
So they could do that. Ooh, no, she yawning, girl.
Yeah.
I just had my Dunkin', so I'm energized. I'm ready to go.
I'm a little tired. Sorry for the low energy, guys. I'm just...
Should have brought her some Dunkin' also. Sponsor me, Dunkin'. I love being a rewards member.
She didn't even pay for her drink today.
Yeah, it was free. So I got some hash browns just to make up for it.
Oh, because you didn't want to look like that girl.
Well, no, I did that the last time I got a free drink, because you get one so often. All you have to do is spend like $5 and boom, it's a free drink. I'm like, great.
Oh.
So the first time I got the free drink, I just went through the drive-thru and said, yeah, I have a free drink. Thanks. But this time, I just wanted a little snack on my stomach also.
Okay.
So you listeners didn't hear my stomach getting aggressive.
Like mine was. Oh my gosh, that was crazy.
It was so loud.
Well, I had you on my stomach, so that's probably why you heard it.
Ultrasound. That's what it sounded like.
Girl. No, it didn't.
It was loud. It was like, I thought you had an animal.
Girl.
We're speaking of, I am so sorry. We are going to get into the topic in a second.
You know how we do.
I know. I'm sorry, guys.
4 minutes in, and we're not even talking about the topic.
A timestamp will be dropped on this video, too, clearly.
Okay.
But when I was rolling up to your neighborhood on the little side street, there was this big old husky. And I'm like, why is there a husky in the middle of the road? Mind you, he was full grown, but if he was smaller, because at first I thought he was a wolf, but if he was a little bit smaller, I would have took that dog. It's a husky.
And right where?
Maybe I would have kept him in the car with the AC running.
No, you would not have.
I care about the animals, guys.
You care more about your gas.
Okay, maybe I'll strap him up in the yard. I could wrap him around the mailbox. I'm sure I have something to hold him. In my trunk, I have survival things. Always keep a survival kit in your trunk, ladies and gentlemen.
So tell them what's in the trunk that can help them survive. Because
First aid kit, flashlight,
in your trunk,
lunchbox,
in your trunk, lunchbox, girl,
cooler. I don't know, but y'all know what.
That's what's in the back of her trunk, junk.
Anywho, y'all know what to put in the trunk for survival. You
Okay.
could Google it.
Okay.
Well, some people I know have survival needs. Maybe some toilet paper, because, I guess
I got
if
it.
you're out there taking what you got to do, clean it up. Or some wipes or something. I'm unsure. But anywho, back to the point. So, yes, the husky was full grown, big. So I'm slowing down, looking at him like, what? While I'm still rolling, So I'm like, oh my gosh, a husky, where is he going? But he must be trained, because he kind of like knew where to go. Because as soon as he saw me slowing down, I guess that's not his first time almost getting napped. He would start taking off into those woods. And then next thing you know, I look back to the street, and this is big old fat pit bull waddling down the street. I'm like, okay, what's going on here?
Girl.
So y'all have a wild animal farm over there, a
I'm not
wild dog park or something.
I've seen dogs on that road before, but I don't think I've seen a husky on that road or a pit bull.
It was black. It had like a red collar. The pit bull was disgusting looking. I'm sorry. It was so big and muscular. Like, it was
Oh my god.
I said, if I would have hit that dog, my car would have been total.
Shut up.
Because that dog was so
Shut up.
muscular.
That is so rude. Are hurting that dog's feelings.
He doesn't care. He's out there dehydrated trying to find some
Girl,
water.
he was just exercising and you interrupted
He
his
needs some
exercise.
water.
You should have threw him something out your survival kit.
So I needed to stop the car, get in the trunk, and throw something from my survival kit, which
Yep.
would make me in danger.
Yep.
That makes no sense.
That dog was too big to do something to you.
He would have sicked. He looked like he know how to get down. He looked like he's in dog fights. Yeah, that's why he's trained up. He be lifting weights and things.
Okay.
He does push-ups.
Dogs lift weights.
He does.
Okay.
He's dragging tires and things.
He at the gym with you?
I guess so. Okay, hashtag fit by Leah.
So this is your friend. This is what you're saying. You saw your homeboy on the side of the road and didn't give him a ride.
Ooh, dang.
That's
Hold on, Brittany.
That's what it's giving.
It's not. I don't know him.
It's giving. I seen him in class Monday and I'm gonna act like I don't know him.
I wanted the husky. Nobody was stunting that little strong pit bull.
Oh my gosh. Anywho.
Yeah, so all right, let's get into this topic now. Sorry, y'all. I had to catch up real quick. But yes, so when you're getting ready to graduate from college or high school or whatever, to me, what always helped me, but this is kind of just my personality. Anywho, I am a planner, so I have to plan everything out. I have planners, I have journals. I don't really use my journal like too much, but I really do like using my planner, and I put down the important dates so I can actually visually see when stuff is rolling up on me, because I don't like to be surprised. I forget a lot when it comes to events. Booked and busy, honey. So when some reasons there was no podcast last week.
Okay.
I'm just reasons why it was catch up Wednesday. Wind down Wednesday with the Theclapback.
Don't blame me, blame her.
No, we are gonna blame Brittany because she also was not available. I'm not
Girl,
taking the full fall.
Let's blame Joan. Because she wanted to get her eyes
No,
checked.
no, we throwing the blame on her.
I mean, I was not booked and busy until she needed a ride.
That is true, because I was like, maybe I could swing by on Friday, get it in.
And that was the plan.
Tonight. Yeah, it was the plan. And then, okay, I'm sorry. And then Brittany doesn't understand that song. But
and you still have yet to explain it. You just
I don't know how to
it's just
explain
so-
it. It's just a song. It's literally called
Dig.
Yeah, that's the name of the song.
I don't get Anywho.
But yeah, so I like to plan and I lay everything out on the table, and I just like to know what events are coming up so I can be properly prepared and just not coming into any situation blindsided or anything like that, or double booking myself so that I am stretched thin and I'm probably not even fully 100% there at whatever it is that I need to be at. So get a planner. Plan out whatever is coming up. And I would say, I was going to say like maybe like a month or two before your graduation, but it's really up to you. Like however the dates fall and stuff, because sometimes with companies or colleges or whoever, the dates could be super, super soon or far away.
Yeah. Then with me, I'm the complete opposite because I'm a procrastinator. So.
As she told y'all before.
Yeah. Like I have planners and stuff like that, but I mean, when I was in school, I was using my planner to write down when my assignments were due and stuff like that. And if there was an event on campus that I wanted to go to, I would write that down. And I was really good with that. But then when I got home and then I got gifted a planner for my birthday, I, tried to start using it. And I mean, I am using it, but then at the same time, I'm not, because like the event will pass and I'll go back and write it in my calendar. Like, oh, I did such and such that day. Or if I'm catching up with the calendar, I'll try to write what's ahead, what's to come ahead, but then I'll do that one day and then I just won't touch it again. So
not never look back.
Yeah, it's sitting underneath my covers right now. Yeah.
Gee whiz. Well, I still would give you your props because at least you go back and put what you need to put, and then also you do many events at once, because that's kind of how I am. Even like now with being out of school, I don't use my planner as much as I used to, because in school I lived for the planner. I had to look at it because it was just so much going on. Event, meeting, presentation, paper, all that rather than now it's just like hang out with friends, someone's birthday,
sushi,
might have a meeting on this day. I like writing that. I'm like, ooh, meeting, Zoom.
But
But
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I go back and add stuff when I think about it. I'm like, okay, I really need to get to the planner and go back and write stuff down. But I try to leave it on the desk out so I can see it. And then when I think about it, I do go and write things down. Or when somebody texts me, now I tell them, I say, let me check my planner when I get home, because I don't have the planner on me. And I just can't keep saying, yeah, committing to something when I don't even know if I really can commit.
Yeah.
So I always tell people, hold on, let me check my planner and I'll get back to you.
Well, I'm not booked and busy, so I just agree.
Well, today you are. Double booked.
Well, yeah, but luckily they're like an hour apart.
Are they in the same proximity?
They're like 15 minutes away from each other.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, so it's not bad. One is in Conyers, one is in Lithonia, but I'm going to the Lithonia one first. So I should be okay.
Since it's earlier. But yes, another piece. Well, a piece of advice I also could give is using your LinkedIn. Even though, okay, now she rolling her eyes. LinkedIn helped me. Sponsor me, boo. But anywho, yes, so LinkedIn helped me because I was on there throughout college because it was kind of like our requirement. I was a business major, so assignments sometimes easy. Set up a LinkedIn account, and if you already have one, maybe change your profile picture or something like that. And then there was also events on campus that did headshots or different things like that. So always, of course, use your resources on campus because, honey, that's free. Or technically you pay for it, so you entitled to it. But, you already paid your bills so many months in advance, so it's free. You just think it's free. So, yeah. But post-grad, I use my LinkedIn. I go on. I try to interact with people so it looks like I am actively on there, even if I'm not. I'll maybe like a post maybe once every 2 weeks or so. I'm not on there every day or every week, but I let it be known. I pop in here and there. And some recruiters, they email me and, they IM me or whatever on there. And I don't really make posts. I mean, I made a post when I graduated, But that was it. And while you're in college or high school or whatever, I'm sure y'all are all in college. So anywho, while you're in college, when you go to an event, definitely post that because that looks good. And sometimes they're interested to see a lot of people are interested to see if you are active on campus or active in anything. Because allegedly they don't like people who are to themselves. But I don't feel like you can use that against people.
Yeah, that's not fair.
So many people are introverts. I mean, especially now after everything. People just want to be at home or want to, not necessarily that, but just don't really want to interact with others. Not want to, but some people are scared to interact with others.
Yeah.
They're like awkward, socially awkward.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could be socially awkward.
Me too. If I don't like know people around me.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
I'm just like.
I feel so out of place, and I try to blend in, but when the one person that I know who's there comes up to me and they're like, "Are you okay?"
So you weren't
or they
blending
check
in.
on me, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, I was not blending in."
Girl, I try I know where I'm about to go first. I don't know anybody there because we went to different colleges and stuff like that. I might know a couple of people.
We'll talk off camera.
Okay. I might know a couple people from high school that might be there, but I mean, I haven't talked to them if they are there. But I mean, I will talk to them because I don't have anybody else to talk to.
Right.
But I know going there, I have to mentally prepare myself to kind of not be in a shell, even though I feel like I am going to be, but I'm not trying to be.
Right.
So it's just awkward to be in those situations.
Right.
It's very much.
It'll make you be a little awkward and standoffish, but
Yeah.
it's not on purpose.
Right. But I mean, some people like that, they have to know going into situations like that they have to be open to talking to new people too. Because if I'm there and I'm trying to be friendly and stuff and then you're not, it's just well, I should have went with my first mind and stayed to myself.
Yeah, that is true.
So, I don't know. You always have to be socially aware of those situations because it doesn't just take one, it takes two or multiple. Like Ariel's birthday thing, everybody was nice and they were talking to us and stuff like that. And even at the dinner, I was talking to the other girls and stuff, and I was kind of worried about that because I was like, ooh, Carmen not coming today. I don't know if I'm gonna sit by one of the people that I know. Then I was late on top of it, so I was just like, oh my gosh. But luckily I sat next to the birthday girl and I sat next to somebody else I didn't know, and I was talking to I want to say I was talking to the other girl more than I was talking to the person I knew because she was open to having a conversation with me, and we related on a couple of things, and she was sharing information with me that I didn't know and vice versa. So I mean, hey, it worked out.
I love running into people like that when out at an event or just anywhere networking wise, because I mean, that's basically what it is. You're networking and then they give you advice or give you tips on things that you didn't know, and you're like, oh, I will definitely use that to my advantage. Thank you so much. I'm glad I talked to you. After that, I always am like, wow, I'm so glad I spoke to you because where would I be now, or what would have happened? I wouldn't have known any of that stuff. But I think some people don't know that they're stank. I don't think some people do because I feel like some people, if you ask them or if you tell them, you confront them on it, oh my gosh, you were so stank to me when we first met.
Okay,
You're so
I'm
nicer or something, something like that, a scenario. And they'll be like, oh my gosh, I really didn't know. That's just me. You know how they say people have stank face? And they're like, oh no, I'm so nice. But on the outside,
Yeah, I try to make my face look a little more pleasant when I'm going out to places that I know that I won't know a lot of people in, because I want to be approachable. I want you to come up to me and talk to me and see that I don't have anyone to talk to. Come talk to me. Come on. Let's talk.
come here.
I want to be a friend. But yeah.
Associate.
Yes. Oh, you're associate. That was long to say associate.
Okay, sorry. We'll cut that out. You do whatever. Whichever one feels good. Friend.
It was quicker.
Yeah.
But that's not what we are.
Exactly, right. I just met you, so pump the brakes.
Not even an associate. It's more like an acquaintance.
Yeah. Definitely.
Be an acquaintance.
Okay, that sounds better. Look at that. It was quick. Hi.
Right.
I hate when it does that. I get scared.
It's okay.
But anywho.
Recording.
Yes. Yeah, I don't know. Really for just post-grad, I would always just say, have your planner, you know, be open to going to different events, network, because, I mean, honestly, closed mouth doesn't get fed. Even though when I'm at networking events, I went to one for this huge organization, and it was a great opportunity. I went while I was still in school, and I went, and it was cool. I'm glad I was able to go, and some people were nice, but I just always felt so weird because it's kind of like, what do you say to people? Do you just say, oh, yeah, the weather is nice? So,
girl,
this is when I say, like, I'm awkward, because it's kind of like, what do I need to say to in this type of environment, you know? When you're hanging out, chilling, I feel like it's so easy, but when you're in something that's professional and it's all snooty.
oh my gosh.
Ooh,
You're supposed to
pinkies up.
introduce yourself.
Well, yeah, that's
and
easy.
Talk a little bit about, you know, what you want to do, I guess, not previously, but in the future.
Yeah, and I guess like your profession.
Yeah, what you're studying, if you plan on continuing studying, stuff like that.
Okay.
But I don't know how you feel.
I don't know. Some stuff is just awkward. I mean, I can get those points in, like, oh yeah, you know, Carmen, studying business. Oh yeah, go blah blah blah.
But
Oh, you
after
went
that-
to blah blah blah. Okay, and then it's kind of like,
Literally, I don't know what else to say. Do I walk away
I
now?
pray. I am always praying because I put the ball in the other person's court. I'm like, please, 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 please have something to follow up with,
But they
or
don't.
have something that will make me relate to you more or want to keep talking to you. Sometimes they do, and then sometimes it's just like, well, that's nice. And they put it back in my court, and I'm like, well, shoot, bye.
Right.
I'm off the court now because I don't know.
Well, I got study hall.
Right, I'm like, okay, well, I'll go mingle with some other people. Nice talking to you.
See you later.
And then I go to the other party, or I just go by myself and wait for the next victim
Not
to
victim.
to deal with my social awkwardness.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really understand how I make new friends, because when I think about it, in situations where I don't know people, I'm really awkward. Like, I'll sit there like this sometimes, or I'll just observe other people's behaviors and stuff like that, and I'm just like, when did I start talking?
Right.
Like, how did I even, I don't know. I feel like when I was younger, I was like more talkative, and I wasn't scared to get to know new people, but now I'm just like, these people are weird, and I want to be by myself.
Yeah. And that's how it is. But this, I mean, we're just talking about professionally.
Yeah.
So
I'm scared.
I'm not trying to be your friend anywho. I'm trying to
This
get
is true.
info or connected. And I feel like also that's a big thing of in post-grad life. Just really securing those connections and, okay, sorry, this truck scared me. Securing those connections and just being willing to reach out to people, or even like people that you just already know. For example, like how you have somebody helping you out with your next venture. That is always good. Use your resources. If you remember something that one of your friends probably told you about their family member or close friend, ask them to hook y'all up so you know it could benefit you, because at the end of the day, you're trying to help yourself, and if they have some keys of knowledge to provide, I mean, if you're not spreading knowledge, what you doing? Because why would you hoard it?
Yeah.
Where is it gonna go?
But there's some people like that they
I
don't want to
know.
share anything with
Ugh,
you,
I
and
can't
it's like,
stand that.
what's the purpose of keeping all that to yourself?
What
when
are you
can-
getting?
Girl, I have no idea. I do not like people like that. They want all the information to themselves, and they see, like, they can see that you're struggling, and they still want to help you.
Yeah, I don't like that. I mean, plenty of things, and oh gosh, I'm not gonna say that, but just like different sectors of life, people are like that, and I don't understand. Do you want to feel powerful? Do you want everybody kissing your feet to get this info? Because it just makes no sense. I just feel like if you're not about to write a book or be selling something so that you could get, you know, some coins or whatever from the knowledge that you know,
What's the purpose?
What you doing with it? You're just sitting there like, maybe somebody will come and do this, that for me to put them on game. Nah, just come on and put me on game.
Right.
Cause, side note, I've been over here looking for a nice little lounge or something to rake up some extra coins, like what you sent on TikTok. And that's why I was telling you, I was like, girl, that is how the waitresses get paid, because...
But did you see what I said?
I didn't look at what your response was, but that's the only thing I remember. But I was just chatting with someone, and they are a waitress, and I mean, she just basically said, like, yeah, one good night, you can get like $600 being a waitress.
And tips?
Tips, gratuity, and you get paid $2 an hour. So... You could stack up a little quick something. And I mean, think about it. These people, some people, they work Monday through Sunday. But some people, it's just a weekend thing. And they still are living pretty decent, paying their bills. I feel like that money they use for just like fun stuff. Let me get my boobs done. Let me get the lipo. Or I'm buy myself a car. Or buy a condo or something. I don't know. But anywho, the point is... doing research on that, I messaged a few girls that I know, and I asked them, is your club hiring, or do you know any clubs that's hiring? And so many people did not respond, but I bet you the next snap, well, I actually did this. It was a little test. So I asked them what club they worked at and if they were hiring, and they didn't respond. So then after that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch their story like the next day or maybe like 2 days later, and I'm gonna respond to something. Response like that, okay? They respond super quick. They're like, oh, thank you, or yeah, this, but they completely disregarded my question about the club.
Wow.
Yeah, but this week, luckily, a nice individual was willing to put me on game with who was hiring.
Shout out to you.
I know, right? I don't know if she wants to be actually told, but yes, my home girl. She went ahead and told me like different places, and she said like, gave me different tips, like you could just go on the page and find stuff like that. So I was like, thank you, sis. Or even like the girl on TikTok, even though I don't like her advice, she was like, when you go out to the club, get known, go mingle with the bartenders and the waitresses and the managers. I'm like, okay, wait, what does that mean? I'm out here to have a good time, not work. But okay, I guess it depends on how bad you want it. But to me, it's not that big of a deal. This is just something I want to do in my free time, and just have like a little side hustle going. But yeah, so I just don't see what the point is. There's plenty of money for everyone, because I think they're trying to make it competitive.
Oh, really?
In a sense, it is competitive, because it's kind of like if it's just me and these girls that's already here, I don't have to split my extra money with you, or there's not another girl here that we have to divide it by. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
I guess it's competitive, but at the end of the day, help somebody out, because we're not going to be this young and fine forever.
Well, black does not crack, so.
Well, yeah, but who finna be 45, like...
The people that's 45, like... Okay. I watch... that TikTok is like, sleep. Get on the bus. Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
I'm going to show you.
Now she about to show me.
Girl. Please hold or press 1 for more options. Oh. Every time I get on here, they want to show me an ad.
Oh, yeah, that's how it is for me, too. It's always just the initial.
It's like,
and I say, skip.
Bus. Another bus. Club. Another club. Here we go.
Never heard of it. She's cute.
And she got kids that's 30.
She looks like it, but she looks good.
But yes, that's who out here.
I've never seen that. But usually the people who are like that, I guess they're like entrepreneurs or something. And maybe when they were younger, they didn't do all that. But for us, we're all doing it now. I feel like when we're older, we might only pop out for brunch or Mother's Day brunch or whatever.
Dinner.
Yeah.
Stop trying to make me come to brunch. I want to go to brunch.
I love brunch.
Oh, I can't with brunch. It's just the food that is served. I don't eat that.
Oh.
So it's just like.
Yeah, if you don't like breakfast food, then it's pretty pointless.
Where are the other options? I just can't.
Sometimes there's lunch food, like a sandwich.
I don't want no sandwich.
Soup.
I want rice and what's the base for?
Cause what the heck? Okay, yeah, you need to be at dinner.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Invite me to dinner. Stop
Not
inviting me to
rice.
brunch. Yes, I want rice.
Every island person's dream.
Girl, if you.
Rice with everything.
It is what it is. I mean, I can have other side items too, but I just feel like I need rice.
You know what you mean.
I know.
Okay.
I don't think the people saw.
I mean, they can't, but I was just letting you know because I don't know
yeah.
if you needed a rag or if you already had one.
I'm fine.
We'll cut that. But oh my gosh, great. Time is going well. So, yeah, I feel like for the most part, that's pretty much all the advice we could give. I mean, if you want more advice, you can always hit us up. I mean, I usually have a few things else I could give if I just think about it hard enough. But I mean, with my path, I was just raised to be a go-getter. Like, just go do it, go. Like, go out there and do this, do that. It was always, are you ready for this? Are you ready for that? They were on it was like they were kind of on me, but not on me in a sense. Because, I mean, my parents were gone a lot. Well, they were always at work. So,
Yeah.
I just always, I guess I had the initiative in myself to just go ahead and do it. Because by the time they get home, they're going to ask me about it. So, I'm like, it's finished. Or, I handled it. Bye.
Yeah, my mom was like that too, but
She's still just hanging out.
Yeah.
But it's like, I'm chilling. It's going to get done.
yeah, it'll get done eventually.
And that's how I was with my work. Like, whenever it was a paper or something, I'm like, I don't know when it'll get done. When they initially tell me about the assignment, I get so overwhelmed. I'll be like, oh, this is a lot. It's probably a party across the street. But, maybe
a
not.
lot
Bye.
of people come to
Bye.
cul-de-sac.
But, yeah, when I get initially told the assignment, I got overwhelmed and crazy. But then there will always be a voice in the back of my head like, it'll get done.
Right.
So I always worked on things like every other day. Well, like as soon as I got it, I touched it each day. And by the time the due date was there, it was perfect. Or I already had time to re-look at it if I did. Because I didn't like to reread.
Yeah, I don't think I ever.
I'm like, baby, where the Grammarly at?
I used to skim through my stuff before I turned it in. And then, like, when I was looking for sample writings and stuff, when I was applying to grad school, I was rereading stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I turned this in and got an A.
No,
What?
Yeah, sometimes I do that too. I'm like, there are some crazy mistakes in here.
I
But
was
hey,
like-
professor, I don't blame you because that would be me. I was just telling somebody I would be a professor, okay? Get paid good. I'm making my class easy, honey.
Yeah.
Baby, I probably done made the quiz lit. All right?
Bye.
So, thank you. We're going to have tests each month. Well, how are they? Every like 2-3 weeks?
Yeah.
I don't know. However
Some
the layout
classes.
is. However the layout is. And then we're going to wrap up the class with a quick presentation that I could easily just not even care about. Just sit there and watch and then boom,
like
y'all all pass the
presentation.
class. Well, that's how the business classes were always set up. The year always ended with presentation.
Ours ended with paper.
I mean, sometimes we have paper. It depends on how big the class is. Well, really, it was a paper and presentation because we always had to do a business plan,
Oh.
or a marketing plan. So the paper was there, but we had to get up and talk about it.
I think that's how it was with my business classes.
It was.
Too.
I remember you told me that.
Yeah.
The group ones. It's always group. Ugh.
Emily.
Oh my goodness. No, she did not.
Emily.
Bye.
I was not playing with that girl. I just.
I like the presentations if I was prepared. If I wasn't prepared, then I was kind of like, ugh.
Yikes.
Yeah. I would just try to make it make sense for the viewer. I'm like, look, y'all see the product. Y'all see how we coming. This how we gonna execute. Bye.
What is this?
Oh my gosh.
get it.
My girl is new to the tickety talkie and at least you a little bit better than, well, I mean, people ask me about it who aren't on TikTok. They'll say, what is that? But I don't know. They wouldn't get it at all if I try to explain it because they're not on the platform. Now, I mean, clearly our TikToks are completely different.
What do you see on your TikTok?
I don't know. I see a lot of different things, and especially now since it keeps asking me to update my preferences, I don't know. Brittany, stop. Let's just keep running our mouths. But I get the strip talk. I get the business talk. I get sometimes Bible verses. And then sometimes I get, funny stuff. Like the Playboy Cardi people, because they are hilarious. And then, I don't know. I get a whole bunch of different things. I can't really just do one thing. Oh, and sometimes I get the white type stuff. Because, I can relate to that too sometimes.
I get a lot of hair and nails, and then I get like I get cooking videos. I got something before with like a car detailing thing, but it was very interesting.
I'm sure they like, okay, she like that.
And then today I got like this guy, he was cleaning out his cast iron pans and crap, and then I saw someone clean out their stove and stuff.
Okay, she had the cleaning stuff.
Yeah, and then the lives I get are weird.
Oh yeah, the lives are all random. I don't know where those are coming from.
Yeah, I keep getting that boy that you sent me with the watermelon.
See, I got him that one time, and that's why I sent it to you, because I was like, huh? But those dolls,
girl,
the stripping dolls are hilarious. I can't.
I have not seen them since the last time I sent them to you.
When they were sitting there with the $5 bill, I said, "That they have money now."
Girl, I thought you saw the first time when I sent to you that they had money.
Oh, I didn't see it. I felt like they didn't have it posted up like that.
No,
I think it was on the ground.
Yeah, I think I caught it when they were throwing it. It was just a lot.
Oh, I also get travel TikToks because I like those, and just the daily life of, because I think those are so cute. Because kind of at one point I was doing my TikToks like that, like, oh, here's a vlog, which I still do like to do, but lately I have been just trying to get myself together. Which, OMG, update, you guys, your girl has a job. She is employed. Where my check at though? But I don't know.
Girl, you just started.
Well, they claim I was getting paid weekly, and this
I
was a week. And then the unemployment people. Yeah, I got some words for y'all.
Girl, I never told you what I had to tell you the last time. But basically, girl, they only got like 5 workers there. They are not reaching back to you.
Makes sense. Well, I sent in 3 different requests, so.
Girl, this lady came to my job and she was telling us how she worked there, and she was like, you know somebody who hired? I thought I put it on my story, but she gave me the details, and I wrote it down on a sticky note and took a picture of it. But basically, she was like, yeah, there's only like 5 of them working there, and when they get requests or whatever, they just press accept. If they say like due to coronavirus, they would just put in accept.
Well, I mean, that's fine. I got my first payment, but this week I was supposed to get my second payment, and where was it? It was non-existent. So that's my new issue with them. Y'all gave me my first payment, but baby, I was unemployed for a month. So I'm gonna need 4 different checks. But people keep saying I find jobs fast. Really? I feel like a month was so long. I had so much free time. I was too busy in my head. I think too much. So I was like, oh my gosh.
Girl, you were gallivanting around the city.
Too much time in my head and spending money that I don't know where I was getting it from. Because people were like, wow, I didn't even know you were unemployed. You're still out and about bopping. I'm like,
it was.
No bills to pay, so why not? But yeah, I found my job in like a month, which was the same thing with my first job, because I graduated in July, and then I put out a whole bunch of applications. That's what I do. I just put out applications. I put out like 5 a day, or maybe even 10 a day. It depends on how the day's set up and how much time I have. And then I write them down and cross my fingers. Sometimes I hear back from people like immediately, or sometimes I don't. But it's so crazy how you still get denied for positions, and you have a whole degree. But sometimes my dad says that you could be overqualified. So since they see that I have a master's degree, they might be like, oh, she already about to come up and hit demanding. And I'm like, no, I'm not, honey. I just need to be able to have something hit my account.
Girl.
Okay? We could discuss pay a little later. First of all, I'm already applying to a certain pay grade. So you can either stick at the base or go higher. It's up to you, sweetheart. But yeah.
Yeah.
So, we also had another request for us to discuss COVID. What's going on with this accent? Okay, COVID. And it took a hard left. But we were told to discuss COVID, masks, and things like that. So that's our hot topic or like current event for
this week.
Yeah, for this podcast. So Brittany, I'll let you start it off. The ball is in your court.
So COVID-19 ruined my life.
Everyone's life.
Yeah. So before COVID-19 was like a thing or whatever, quote unquote, a thing, I was tracking it when it was still in China.
Period.
Because I
Same.
knew what was good. I was like, it only takes that one person to come back and bring it to the U.S. Okay?
And how many people travel in this country?
Okay. At Hartsville Jackson International alone.
The biggest airport.
Okay. I knew that something was going to pop off. So I think I was tracking that in like, I want to say October, November.
Yeah, that's when I heard about it.
Yep, I was getting the CNN updates and I was like, oh, it just made it to another state. No, another country. Oh, it's about to come. Then I saw like, when they notified us that a couple of Americans had it, I said, watch how it's going to make it to Georgia. Then everybody was like, you tripping. I was like, I'm not tripping.
Really?
Yes. They were like,
People must have been in a bubble. Because what?
they thought I was tripping and I was worried about it for no reason, all this extra. And I was like, no, watch. And then I want to say like maybe the week or the week after the week, if that makes sense. They said 2 people from Georgia had it in like Fulton County or somewhere. I can't remember where it was. But they said those 2 people had it. It was like a mom and a son or some crap like that. And then I remember I went to, because I was a mentor for these girls at a middle school out in Carrollton. So I remember I went the day and I went to the hospital first so I could get some face masks. And when I went and asked for the face mask, the girl was looking at me like I was crazy. And I was like, coronavirus, like,
Are you working in a hospital and you're acting confused?
yeah, she was like, you want face masks? I was like, yeah. And she was like, oh. And then she was like, how many do you need? And I knew I was getting some for me and my friends. So I was like, just give me a couple or whatever. So I got one for all of the girls that were going, well, all of my friends that were going to mentor that day. So I think Kiara and I rode together that day. Well, we always rode together, but I think it was just us 2 that day when we pulled up. And we pulled up with our face masks on because we didn't know what was tea. So we were like, okay. And when we got inside to check in, one of the teachers started a conversation, but it was like, you know, a subliminal or whatever. And she was basically telling us, well, she wasn't telling us, but she was telling the other teacher or whoever it was, that the kids were saying, oh, are we not going to be able to go on our field trip anymore because coronavirus is in Georgia and blah, blah, blah. And I told them, they are so far away from us. We're not gonna not go on the field trip because of this and blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you know, looking at us when she was talking because we had the face masks on. And I was like, girl, if you got something to say, you can say it to me. Okay? But she continued her subliminal conversation. And then that following week, we never came back to school.
Yeah.
So I want to know, where are you now, Miss whatever your name is? I hope you're wearing a face mask.
Probably not.
Right.
Yeah, so my little story, it was drastic and very much depressing. If you know me, you know it was. And I did not want to talk to anybody for like a week.
Oh,
yeah.
Girl, I forgot. I'm like, what's going on? Then I remember.
Oh, yeah, no. So, basically, yes, like Brittany said, I've been hearing about COVID since like November. So I was already kind of watching it. And since I was going on a study abroad trip, it was concerning. Like, this is something we had no choice but to kind of pay attention to, even though I'm sure some people didn't hear about it because you know how some people are just not informed, which I really just encourage everyone. You should try to be informed on anything and everything. And I always encourage people to develop your own opinion also. And I feel like that's a big problem with this whole pandemic or whatever, bandemic, as some people are calling it.
Not a bandemic.
But
the potato salad.
Lord. But yeah, just develop your own opinion about things and stop following what people say. I mean, that's even the same thing with like politics and stuff. Don't always just go based off of what your parents tell you. Try to do your research on your own, because sometimes, I mean, their views are biased. Everybody's views are biased in a sense. But back to the story. So yeah, I just was hearing about it and was kind of watching it, but was praying, oh my gosh, please don't let anything happen. Like, this is a big trip. I really want to go. I told myself from the beginning that, because when I came in freshman year, I didn't really plan on doing a study abroad trip. It was presented, but it just didn't spark my interest at the time. I wasn't really fond of traveling, because I had been to many places in the United States, but because we had family reunions and such, but I never really was interested in going out of the country. I just was like, oh, whatever. But the older I got and the more research I did on my own, I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, that could be fun. So why not go with the school? Oh, because my friend Nick, he made it look very rewarding, and even though his school paid for their trip, all right. But yeah, he was going to many different countries like China. He went to Australia, Europe, Thailand, all these places while in school, and that's more than a lot of people have done in their life. So I was just like, wow, that's so cool. You know, maybe I should look into doing it at least once, especially I'm in grad school. There's a study abroad trip to a country I actually want to go to, because the year before it was Vietnam. I'm like, that doesn't really sound too hot, even though it looks like they have fun.
Hot. It sound real hot.
Ooh, that was a good one. But see, and also do your own research. Vietnam is not as bad as it used to be, because when they went on the trip, it was very beautiful. It was dark, looking a little England-like, you know, gloomy. But it was pretty cool, even though they were eating snake eggs and what have you. But cool. But anyway, yeah, so this year, I mean, the year that I was in grad school, you could go on the study abroad trip, being a grad student, and it was to Dubai, honey. So I was like, oh, hold on, Dubai, like, that is on another level, honey. So
For those who don't know what she's talking about Dubai.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's Dubai. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want to go. So I'm in contact with my uncle, because now he's back, but he was living over there for work. And he was in Saudi Arabia, so not too far. But yeah, so I was in contact with him, and he's like, yeah, I mean, they're kind of getting strict because of the virus, and over there, other countries care about their citizens, so they shut stuff down as soon as they hear about things, rather than America. And we had the orange in office, so we were dealing with, we had what was his number, 45? I don't know. We had that man up in there, so he was willy-nilly, it doesn't exist, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, other countries were taking precaution and trying to secure their citizens, while we're just not even caring. Outside with it. So, yeah, I'm just like praying, oh my gosh, Lord, please do not let this happen. Don't let this trip be canceled. Like, everything was lining up so perfectly, and now, boom, here is this interception. So yeah, now it's like the week before the trip, and I just spent so much money on this trip. I just finished getting my wig, just finished getting the nails done, and my sis Mary pop bands, okay, honey. So I was just like, oh my gosh, I'm really hoping. I spent so much money. So next thing you know, while I'm at home, right after I got my nails done, I'm at home with my mom. We're just hanging out, chilling on the couch. And I'm getting updates in the group chat about like, oh my gosh, so are we going to go? And mind you, the people that were going on the trip, I think it's their fault. Because they kept pressuring. No, because listen, they kept pressuring in the group chat about it. They kept saying, so are we going or not? Because I'm scared. And this is like, people were saying they're scared. And then people were also like, I'm emailing the president. Because wouldn't that cause the trip to be canceled if you're going to the president saying, we're scared, this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. And mind you, this is not even the teachers, because the teachers were like, oh, we should be good. Nobody over there has contacted them saying, y'all can't come, or this, that, and the third is going on. Because, I mean, they were taking precautions, but they weren't fully, like, strict. We probably would have had, well, tests weren't out then. But I don't know. They just would have been real iffy. But, yeah, so they start pissing the teachers off because they're trying to do so much. So finally, the teachers were just like, okay, whatever. Like, the trip is dead because y'all pissing us off. It's dead. It's dead. And I'm like, wait, what? So my mom was on the phone with my grandma, who was very much anti the trip. So she's like, oh, she's acting like she's sad because I immediately started crying and, like, breaking down and just spazzing out. And she's acting like she's sad. I'm like, Mima, you probably were praying to God that I didn't go, and it's your fault. But but that's because I was upset.
You said that to her?
No, I kept that in my brain because I'm like, now, Mima, you were saying you didn't even want me to go in the first place. And I know you were praying to God saying, don't let her go, rather than keep her safe over there. Keep her safe here. So, but anywho, so anyway, yeah, I just got really depressed and was sad, and so the trip was off. And mind you, another good friend of mine, her school, their study abroad was like the week before ours, so they were over there living it up, having so much fun. And I'm over here messaging her like,
Replying
yeah, girl,
to her story.
see you next week. Yeah, we about to be out there. We about to be live. No. And so I told her, I said, girl, our trip is canceled. She was like, what? More people coming over here. I'm just
She made it worse.
I'm like, what? So I'm over here telling the people at school. I said, so is my plane ticket still gonna go through? Because I haven't gotten my money back. So I just need to know, can I pull up to the airport and get on the flight? Because I don't need y'all. At this point, the hotel is paid for, the flight is paid for. I'm not hearing anything about refund just yet. Can I pull up to the airport?
This girl was like, I'm going to
I
the
was.
airport.
I said, I'm going to the airport. Who coming?
I was like, girl, sit down somewhere. There's a reason why you can't go.
Everybody was so anti me getting on the flight, but I would have been sitting there just like this. In my seat. Or still in the lobby when they say, hold on, let's check.
So I see you're supposed to be here with the university.
Right, like what's going on? But yeah, so to wrap this up, basically the next week we went on spring break, and while we were on spring break, it was just so much going on. I think we were in retrograde also, and the school is sending emails like back to back to back, which I think made the situation quadruple times worse. They're sending emails back to back to back to back to back saying, all right, spring break is going to be an extra week. So y'all get 2 weeks off.
Right.
Then it's,
we ain't coming
nursing students, y'all don't need to come back. Then it was like,
and they should have had them come back.
I don't know, but then it was like, okay, nobody come back. Then it was like, graduation, cancel. This, cancel. It was literally an everyday thing on spring break. It's like, what do you think? You go from this to this to this to this. Like, dang, I'm depressed because what's going on? And, you know, it's people's senior year. Like, everybody was looking forward to it because, you know, class of 2016, if you was graduating in 2020, like, baby, it was about to be lit. It was about to be summer 2016 again, okay? Back up. So we're just like, what is going on? Oh, my gosh. Freaking out. And it just really messed up a lot of people's experience. And I really feel sorry for graduates for 2016.
Me.
For 2020.
Audio listeners, it was me.
Yeah, I feel very, very sorry for graduates of 2020. And I also feel very sorry for those incoming freshmen into college, because I just know that that whole experience is like robbed from you. Really, for both parties. Yeah. The experience is completely robbed from you. Like, you can't even get that back at all. Because it's nothing like your freshman year and you do all those events so you can make your friends. Like, that is like a piece that just can never be replaced. It's like fundamental. I don't know. It's weird when you think about it. It's just like, that is so mean. Well, I don't know. But yeah, so COVID really, I just feel like it impacted a lot of people's graduations and going into school life, and even the postgraduates who were probably looking for jobs and things. Because I mean, could you really get a job that you wanted because so many people are working from home and nobody's in the office? And some people, they're willing to do Zoom, but then also their companies might be doing budget cuts. Like, they might not even be able to take on a new person. It was just too much. Yeah. It was too much. I don't ever want to live through something like this again. Okay.
Yeah, that was ridiculous.
Y'all could do this maybe with my lineage, but okay, never mind, maybe not. But I don't even want them to go through this. I want them to have great experiences with everything that they do. But this was a bit much for me.
Yeah.
This was giving medieval times with the smallpox
Bro,
or something. I don't know.
It was giving very much trailer park / ghetto / the Spanish Wars.
It was.
Like,
it was
just giving too much at the same time.
Yeah,
like,
it was
just wrap it up.
So many different events were going on because, then the Black Lives Matter stuff start popping off. Then there's all this other stuff going on. It's like
sex trafficking.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Like people on Twitter were saying, I don't want to live through another historic event.
Okay.
I'm not built for this, honey.
It was a bit much.
I don't.
Everything was happening at the same time.
I have the blood of the people who were over there in the civil rights and stuff, but I don't know if I'm about that.
It wasn't.
I don't think I'm about that. So I don't want to be in the history book, honey. I'd rather us just read about it.
Okay, I was like, what is this? Like, I thought when they shut us down for like those 2 weeks or whatever, when we were supposed to be in the house, I felt like, things were gonna wrap up, but then the numbers were increasing, and I was like, how they increasing when we're supposed to be inside? Then
Right.
people didn't want to do the whole curfew thing or whatever, so people were not obeying that. I mean, I stayed in the house for a long time. I stayed in the house till May. After May. You weren't in the house.
No, I was not.
See, it's people like her.
I know, but I was always safe. I was never at like big events. I was at small gatherings, and at the small gatherings, I did get scared that I was gonna get pulled over one night. I was crying about it to Marcus. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I forgot this curfew. Am I gonna get pulled over?" I started texting my mom. I was like, "Am I gonna get pulled over?" Because they were pulling people over at one point. They're like, "Oh, you breaking a curfew?
Put your hands behind your head.
Well, probably that too, but
Lord.
yeah, so I was freaking out, but I was always safe, and that's why I don't think. Well, I do believe that people have been exposed to it, because if it was going around as much as it was, I feel like people got sick before, because some people told me they were feeling a little under the weather around November, December.
I heard that too.
Right, and I had a little fever or something, but it wasn't anything major. Like, I wasn't concerned. I just was like, oh, I have a little cold, and I did what I did, drink my tea and stay in the bed, things like that. But yeah, a lot of people said that they were experiencing some of the symptoms at that time. So I'm sure people have already been exposed to it, and all you have to do is just try to slow it down by wearing your mask, which, getting into one of the other hot topics, the CDC saying you don't have to wear a mask because if you're vaccinated, which I don't agree with, because I'm vaccinated and I still wear my mask, honey. Okay, I don't even care.
And I'm not, but I don't trust these people. I don't trust anything that the government is telling me.
At this point, no.
We are guinea pigs.
But I was telling people that they were gonna make it to a way that you could not live life without the vaccine. I heard from someone that, it's illegal for them to be like, oh, you must get a vaccine. Like, you must get the flu shot. No, you can't tell me that. I could decline. I have the right to decline. But they will definitely make ways so that you can't even live your basic life without having it. Because, for example, I applied to a job with Delta, and they sent me an email recently, and they were like, yeah, with Delta, now if you want to be an employee, you need to have the vaccine. And then I know in Europe, they said that now they're accepting visitors if you can prove that you were vaccinated. So it's just certain things that they have. And then like now in the stores, they're like, oh, if you're vaccinated, you could come in without a mask. Even though they're not checking people's cars. So I'm sure people are just going in there without a mask anywho. But.
And people selling them cards anyways.
Oh, they are?
Yes, girl. I'll tell you off camera.
Oh my God.
People are selling them cards.
Oh
them
my
vaccination
goodness.
cards.
Mine is laminated.
Oh, cute.
I told my mom, I was like, can you laminate it? I saw somebody's school do that. It was so cute. I think it was at
you walk
MCAT.
around with it everywhere?
I put it in my purse. But I was doing that before all this. Because I just felt like, if I got it, there's no other way for me to prove it besides having the card with me. So I was just put it in my purse.
Yeah, I think Reagan says she walks around with hers too. And I was laughing at her because I was like, what the
Just in case I'm asked, I'm like, oh, hold on.
Yeah.
It's my new ID. Ooh.
I don't have one. Ooh.
Arm jiggle.
Lord have mercy. But yes, don't trust the government. Wear your mask. Stay safe.
Do your own research. I cannot stress that enough because, hello, you got to develop your own opinion. Don't be listening to those dummies on Twitter. Don't be listening to those dummies on Instagram. Don't listen to those dummies in the office. Okay? Like, don't be listening to them dummies on TikTok. You know, just do your own thing. Well, do your own research and develop your own opinion. And I agree, some people probably do feel strictly like, oh, all of this is dumb. I don't care. I'm not wearing a mask anyway. And that's fine. That's your health, baby.
Right.
That ain't my health.
When you get sick, I don't want to hear prayers out to my home.
Period. No, seriously.
Because you don't want to wear a mask.
The main people who were anti were the main ones sick, grieving, begging.
For prayers.
Yeah. Baby. What? Remember this? This you? This you? Okay. Bye.
So we don't want to hear about it. Talk about it, be about it.
Period. Per. But yeah, so I feel like that's a good wrap up.
Yeah, that was our... Ooh.
Okay.
I
Hold my
choked on my
friend don't
spit.
die on camera. Not joking.
Girl.
I would have saved your life. I think I would have.
You think you would have?
No, I know I would have.
No, because
I done Heimlich.
when I did that thing, you was like, oh, you scared me.
I did say that, but you were together.
But you didn't try to come to my rescue.
Girl, you were already gathered. You know, if you're
delayed.
if you're actually in a situation where somebody's life is in danger, I think most people hesitate because they're like, are they really struggling? Because it doesn't seem real almost.
Okay, well, I hope that nobody dies around you.
You're like, is this happening? I was choking around my family. I thought the end was near.
Girl,
I was choking and I was like, oh, and my family was just looking at me like nothing. I was like, I'm choking. And they were just like, and so once I finally saved myself,
Oh my gosh.
I told them, I was like, y'all didn't care that I was choking? They were like, it was just a seed.
Oh my gosh. I know Renee said that.
They did not care.
Girl, honey, child.
And it was right in Red Lobster. I was sucking on a lemon and the seed went down my throat.
Oh,
I was a kid.
Girl, I'm thinking this happened like a couple months ago or something.
I was a little kid. Well, not little, but like maybe 8.
Oh. Well.
Even more reason to be concerned. Your young little child is dying.
They had another one.
Maybe they was tired of me. Like,
You were costing them a lot of money.
No, literally. Look, man, we shouldn't have had that second one. We shouldn't have had that second one. Well, then again, they didn't want the second one. Well, no, not like that. But after they had my brother, they were pretty much like, fine. Why do we need another kid? You know, like my brother was fine, but then he was bored, and so he was praying for a sibling. And next thing you know, there I was, and my mom was like, "Curtis, don't be praying for no more kids." She says that all the time. She says, "Don't be praying for no more kids." I'm like, dang, so I really was like a blessing baby.
I think you were just a surprise.
Blessing baby.
Okay. So that wraps up our podcast episode for this week.
Woo woo. Episode. Is it 3? Oh, yeah, because we had the 1.5 and then 2. Oh, my gosh. Episode 3.
Yes.
Look at us
Thank you
aging.
guys so much for sticking with us this far.
No, seriously. Thank you guys so much. We still keep receiving positive feedback. And I hope we continue to receive positive feedback. You know, why are you looking at me like that? I cut you off?
Listening. No.
Oh, no, you were doing your eyes like this. So
Girl.
I was scared.
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay, I was like, I hope I didn't cut her off. I try to be mindful of that, like we discussed. So, but we don't really do that anyway. But yeah. So thank you guys again so much. Oh, we should have our new intro and outro on the YouTube.
Shout out to V.
Yes, thank you, V.
Thank you
well,
so
Felicia,
much.
But yes, girl.
Velocity.
Felicia, thank you so much, girl. We really appreciate it. And you know, soon the clapback little song that's gonna be inserted because that's our stuff right here. But yes, y'all have a great week and see you guys next week with the clapback.